welcome to From the Second Row. I'm Brenda Rozzi.
I'm Rich Russell. This is Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
Like marriage, for better or for worse, it is what it is.
And we're going to be discussing the City Council agenda for tomorrow night.
But before we do that, I mean, the famous words at the start of every council meeting, pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2022, where they can do what they want, I say, it is what it is. But you can start it off.
Okay. So, starting off, it's usually public. When they go right to the agenda, it's public hearings. And the first public hearing is the bond authorization loan order for appropriation of $13,415,000 for various water and sewer infrastructure rehabilitation.
I don't know about you, but I have a great deal of faith in Billy Hale.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The money is well needed, well deserved, well used.
I don't know if you remember years ago, when there was a fire on Bruce Street, I think the apartments where former Mayor Antigua lived, I think there was on Park Street, and there was no water because the pipes are so old.
Yeah.
So now they're upgrading, which I think is great.
Well, I mean, there's a hydrant directly across the street from my house on Cross Street. There's a hydrant up the top of the hill, and that is painted, I don't know, some shade of yellow, which indicates it's less than 500 gallons a minute.
Yeah.
3 years ago, there was a fire on Tremont Street right behind my house. They didn't even bother using that hydrant.
Yeah.
They were running stuff from Haverhill Street up the hill.
Wow.
You know, but again, it is what it is.
Yes,
but if it improves the fire safety.
Right. Exactly.
But again, they say, oh, we got to improve the fire safety. That'll help the cost of fire insurance go down. Nothing goes down in Lawrence. You know it, and I know it.
I know. And our next one is the Hampshire Street section to be designated police department parking, which we're thinking is temporary until the new police station is being built. But then when is that being built? Because I heard it was supposed to be sometime in June.
Well, I think we've heard stories otherwise that may question what's going on there.
Right.
More on that later on.
Yeah. Well, catch us in a couple weeks.
Let's see. We don't really need to do anything pending public hearing.
No.
Well, wait a minute.
What?
Request to change ordinance. Program coordinator for economic development.
What is that?
That's from 2 years ago. 103B. 22. Let's see, anything interesting? Oh, install a JO pole on West Street.
Do you know what a JO pole is?
I have my own definition, but it is what it is.
It's a telephone pole.
The good news, the best news available. There's no communication from the mayor, city officials, or the city attorney.
Well, that's
good.
That cuts an hour and a half off the budget,
yes.
off the agenda. Yeah. And then, okay, so now we get into budget and finance. So the first one is transfer funds, $530,000 from free cash to fire department overtime account.
Right. I think you agree with me. Why don't they just see how much overtime they have money they've had to transfer for overtime,
and then put it in the budget,
and put it into the budget. They know it's an ongoing issue.
Right.
Now this is a good one. Transfer of funds, $500,000 from free cash to a special project account for child care scholarship program. I didn't realize kids who were in child care were getting scholarships.
I didn't either.
But
maybe it's to go to daycare or maybe after school programs, but
I don't know. Cap and gowns for graduation?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Then year-end transfers between departmental accounts.
That's the biggie.
What is it? You know,
that's to make sure everybody shows zeros out their budget at the end of the year.
But we don't know how much it is.
You want? Come on.
But you would think we would know.
Yeah, I know it.
You know how much we're talking about.
Yeah.
And does it go from like city council to accounting? Does it go, where does it, who
Yeah.
goes where to what?
Yeah, it does, all that, but again, it's a big secret.
Well, yeah.
And then the next couple, let's see, 1,
authorizations.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next 8 ones are reauthorizations of various revolving fund accounts, and I think that's, they have to do that by state law. They have to maintain a certain amount of money. Money has been taken from the accounts for various reasons, but they do have to maintain a certain percentage on it.
Okay.
So those, you can't argue that.
No, I guess. How about rescind reimbursement requirement for creating a Thriving Lawrence funding award to Lawtown Boxing, but it doesn't say how much.
I know it.
I mean, he does do a lot with the kids. He,
I know,
it is
I
good.
know.
It is a good program.
I know it is.
But I would like to know how much.
And I'd like to know the rationale. Why wasn't it just given to him as a grant as opposed to a reimbursement program to start with?
No, they're rescinding the reimbursement, so he doesn't have
Well,
to pay.
that's rescinding the reimbursement. You don't have to pay it back.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, here's $50,000, but we want to see, and you're going to have to pay it. Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I
no.
love the system. Okay, what else have we got here?
police grants.
Grant funds for public basically for the police department. I got no issue with that. There's 2 of them for $79,500 and $273,600 traffic safety information program. I can't fault that.
No.
I mean, we definitely need traffic safety.
Please.
Try being down at Shattuck Street in South Broadway at 4 o'clock, watching everybody run that red light.
Oh, yeah. And yesterday, because of Semana Hispana, go down Jackson Street, you couldn't go, once you hit Havel Street, you had to take a left. So the traffic was astronomical.
Yeah.
It was like,
A circus.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I use circus for lack of a better phrase.
but that's what it was. It was absolute circus.
And let's see, Francisco Urena is looking to transfer $40,000 from retained earnings for some project.
The airport.
He's one of the few people in city government. If he says he needs the money,
Oh, yeah.
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 Hey, good news. There's no housing report.
But then now we have ordinance.
Yeah.
And there's 3 handicap parkings that are going up for order of public hearing, which means that tomorrow night they'll order a public hearing, which then will be the first
July 2nd.
July 2nd. So if any of these affect you, come to the public hearing.
209 Bailey Street, 108 Lexington Street, 205 Abbott Street. You can get up there and you can put your input in it in 2 weeks and a day.
Right. Then a stop sign on Newberry Street, corner of Elm. That's also an order of public hearing.
Let's see, we got 15-minute parking, 271 Lawrence Street. At a Castillo's Food Market, Freddie Castillo and Councilor Del Rosario, order a public hearing. Now, back last year, I put something on the agenda about having people that were requesting stuff like this, 15-minute parking, loading zone, that they would pay a portion of the advertising fee in the newspaper.
I remember.
And, it went up to the mayor's office for study, and it's got lost. The typical ad for appearing in the Eagle Tribune, and that's the only one that's legal to advertise in for the city, it costs about $300 an ad. Why should we, as taxpayers, be paying for Mr. Castillo to have a 15-minute parking sign in front of his store to benefit him?
Right.
But again, I see it from a different point of view. But
And now, if you notice, if you look at the public notice request, they're doing, like for zoning and planning board, they're putting the 3 or 4 properties all in one thing, so it doesn't
Well,
bother them much.
that's a good idea,
yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
stuff
Still
like
money.
that,
Still money.
if it's to benefit an individual, yes, but if it's like for stop signs, whatever,
Yeah.
no, those signs, those should be advertised
Right.
at city cost.
Right.
But we know what people think about ideas that come
Right.
from old people. Oh,
Sure.
did I say, I'm sorry.
Okay, so then we have 2 more handicap parkings for order of public hearing, which is 129 Brookville Street, which is in my district, and 57 Sergeant Street.
Let's see, Federalina, that's got to be District A.
Right, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's up, Sergeant, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up by the Lutheran Church.
Right.
off
Oh,
of
yeah,
East
that's right,
Havel
yes,
Street.
right near there, yes,
Yeah.
that's what it is, exactly.
Let's see, what else have we got? Okay, we got 2 no parking signs, one on Lansdowne Court, just the east side, and then we got one on Blakemore Court on both sides. Courts can be very narrow width-wise for roadways,
Yep.
so I can understand them.
Yep. Yeah. And then we have stop sign on Osgood Street, northbound and southbound at Bailey.
Let's see, Osgood.
That's where, trying to think, where the Green School is, I believe. That's Osgood Street.
That's, let's see, Osgood is, what, 1 block west of South Union?
I think 2 blocks.
2 blocks?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
2 blocks.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I know since they put the stop signs up the top of the hill where I live on Cross and Cedar Street, it has helped. It reduced the speeding immensely, but it is what it is. Okay, hey, wait a minute. Creation of child care parking ordinance. I didn't know children were old enough to go parking.
But it's from 8 to 6, so
Yeah.
you can't park in front of a daycare? Is that what that's what it sounds like? I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Counselor at Large Reyes is involved in
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, but that's, yeah. I don't know.
I can see 7 to 9 and 4 to 6.
Yeah. Or even like, yeah, exactly.
You know, they don't have to take up the whole day.
No. No, especially if it's anywhere where there's the parking meters.
Oh, we
That's
don't
another-
even want to talk about them.
Yeah, go,
The
yeah.
parking vouchers, yes.
Yes, exactly.
What else? Okay.
Evangelization event.
Thank you.
July 27th from 1 to 9 in Campione Common.
And for those that don't know what Campione Common is, it's been also known as Squirrel Park, derogatorily known as Squirrel Park.
Right. But it's a big park across from City Hall,
Yes.
across from the Oliver School.
Yes.
That encompasses four
And the
streets.
center.
Yeah. And
And
the
the
center.
church, and the library.
And the library encompasses the 4 streets,
Yep.
you know. And then birthday party, July 20th from 4 to 9 at Reviendo Playground. I don't know. Maybe we'll get invited.
Okay, we got, again, on August 10th, preaching service from 3 to 6 on Campione Common. Yeah, they're withdrawing that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We got a basketball tournament, June 29th, from 10 to 4 at O'Connell Park. O'Connell's the South Common.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That can be interesting down there, crowded.
No, and now they're working on it too. Right where the basketball court is, there's a bunch of loom and a bunch of stuff. So they're going to be working on it again.
Whatever the basketball tournament that Nilsa runs is going to be. I think Lee said that they did it. They started it yesterday, and they will be doing it this Friday night again.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Whatever.
Let's see. An evangelism event. the 19th and 20th of July, 5 to 7, Campion Common. I don't even want to attempt to say the
No.
name. I would only butcher it.
And then we have the salsa event, July 20th and August 10th from 4 to 10 at
But
Campion
that's being
Common.
withdrawn.
Oh, that is being withdrawn. Okay. Now the next one. You can take the next one.
This is interesting because I hope people don't take this in a derogatory sense. I know Melix, nice guy. I don't mean this as a slam against him, but it was under my understanding that he was appointed as a provisional police chief, which would allow him to remain in that position for a year. But now they're saying extend the 90-day appointment of the acting police chief. Now, acting is a 90-day term, and it has to be, in order to redo it, to continue it, it has to go before the city council. So I don't know what's going on there, but again, I was under the understanding it was provisional, but
But then
that
again,
remains-
what do we know?
Yeah, I know.
It changes every week.
Okay.
Every week.
No public safety. Everything's cool and law. We're all safe. Yes.
Well, he did have a public safety, but nothing was really
There's
done.
no public safety committee report.
Committee of the whole, there's nothing.
Okay.
Old business, they might do old business though.
There's a lot of stuff on Old Sea soccer tournament down at Burgoyne Park.
But that was June.
Oh,
5th.
previously withdrawn. They're now
Okay.
requesting July 27th. Now,
Okay.
I'm somewhat familiar with Burgoyne Park. I've been down there on several needle pickups. I've gone through Burgoyne Park, which is on West Street. I've gone through the park to get up on the rail trail to take photos and everything. And that is not exactly where I would be wanting to have a soccer tournament.
Well, unless they
But
clean it
again,
up.
but you know, it is what it is.
They could clean it up though.
Now, you know, I found a needle as I walked in. Well, let's see, I went down there, it was about a month ago when they did the rail trail
Right,
walk.
yeah. Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
that's right, yeah.
And I walked in beyond the new playground area. Well, it's new. It was there, what's been
Yeah.
there 3 years. They got that, and on the other side of the little walkway from the playground, a trash barrel. There's a needle laying there on the ground.
Well, I'd hope before they go have kids there, they would go and clean it that morning.
Duh.
Well, yeah, but I know.
It is what it is. Let's see, what else have we got here?
No, like table matters, but
let's see.
we don't know what
The good thing about the table mat is everything is
old.
chronological.
Yeah. Starting back to 2014.
Yes.
So that's really
That
old.
was, let's see, that one was military veteran recognition. That was by Council of the Plant. It was
Last
taken off
time he
the,
did it was in 2022, though.
it was taken off the table and then retabled.
Well, yeah. So
So,
that's the last time he's done it.
let's see, 27615, review of the museum square parking garage. Oh, update and withdrawn. It's still sitting there.
Yep.
Residency, 7216, residency requirement for city employees, home rule petition review. That was there by Council President Kendrys Vasquez. Again, that was taken off on February 1st, 2022, and it was retabled. I got mixed emotions about city residency requirements for city employees. My thing is, if the teachers don't have to live in the city, nobody else should. No other employees should. But teachers not having to live there is a state law.
Right.
Yeah, we know how powerful their thing is. Oh,
Well,
let's.
establishment maximum motor vehicle speed citywide to 25 miles an hour. That was in 2017. They still need to. It's been tabled
Yeah,
to reach. They need to bring that one back. Let me tell you.
I waved to Giovanni about that. I'm going to have to talk to him.
Yeah, that definitely needs to.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, I got the speed radar thing
Yeah.
just up the hill for me. I saw somebody hit 42 miles an hour the other day.
Yeah. Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else we got here? Well, here's one that Manny Gonzalez will love, rental insurance policy requirement for all
yeah.
rental units, but that's from 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, duh, common sense.
Yep.
What else do we got here of 127, so, no, that one, no, that was another
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
City charter review.
you know what we haven't heard from a long time is the taxi cab medallions. What's going on with those? They haven't had
Well,
those.
again, who was the one that was basically in charge of
Milk
taxi cab
Bonilla.
medallions?
Milk Bonilla, but
Yep.
we haven't, in 2022, we haven't had any.
I've seen a few go through. I think they just kind of rubber stamped all of them, you know, unbeknownst to everybody.
Oh, how about, I like 46623, replace plaques on monument at Toomey Fountain and Isabel Melendez Park.
Anticipated monument revision after July 1st, 2024 with
Yeah.
the FY25 budget. Hey, who's that? That guy? Oh, that was me.
Yes,
It
and
is what it is.
And
I'm going to have to
gotta be
keep.
done.
I'm going to have to make sure I see that because
Yeah.
I will say it publicly and I'll say it to the mayor. The mayor's name does not deserve to be the most prominent name on those plaques. The honoree, be it Roger, Isabel, or
Who's the
what's
other
his face, Mr. Stockton.
All right, right.
Their names deserve
Right.
to be the prominent name.
Right.
In fact, the other day, I was down taking pictures of the pride flag thing, and having nothing to do, I walked around the block taking miscellaneous pictures, and I stopped there at 255 Essex Street, and they had a plaque, City Hall Annex. That was the title of the plaque, and it was dedicated in June of, I think it was June of 2017, by Mayor Dan Rivera and the city councilors. Dan's name was the same size as the city councilors, and City Hall Annex was the biggest
Yeah.
print,
Oh, yeah.
biggest thing on the plaque.
Yep.
But again, what do I know?
Yep. So now we should start a new business?
Okay. We approve appointment of Edison E. Mercedes to the licensing board for a term ending on May 31st of 2030. Now, Mr. Mercedes is also on the Greater Lawrence Technical Vocational High School, whatever it is. Now, I don't know if that presents a problem, whether he gets paid to be on
think they
that.
get paid.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
in the past, we have had issues with people trying to, I won't say trying, he's trying to do anything, but it's illegal to be collecting two paychecks for two different positions from the city. Lawrence donates to Voc Tech, so if he got a check from Voc Tech for being on their school committee, then he, by de facto accepting that check, would be taking money from the
Right,
city.
right.
But again,
Right.
now the next four are still up in the air. We can't find out who's being replaced, and my partner over here may be one of those that is possibly going to be replaced. The first one is the appointment of Freddie Diaz to the Zoning Board of Appeals. And the second one is the appointment of Michael J. Abasamara to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Their term expires in January of '26. And then the next two are appointment of Enrolina Tavera to the Planning Board. Her term expires January 1st of 2027, and the approval of Gabriella Tavares to the Planning Board, and I'm quoting right off of the thing, and Brenda can vouch for me, the term expires on January 1st of 207, right?
Right. Yes.
I could comment on one of these individuals, but I will just let it go right now. It would make me look like a sore loser, even though I beat his ass 4 times. 4 elections.
Yeah, whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say? I'm sorry.
Okay, so declare property surplus, 389 Water Street. Do you want to tell them what it means when they declare the surplus? That people can, with
That we'll put it on the list,
Yes,
that
yeah.
you or I could go up, and as long as we had the money,
Yeah.
and I can't say that, knew the right people, you could, and you had a good plan, and you were willing to sign your life away, and willing to spend 5 or 10 years, and you weren't going to
sell it or
sell it out. You had to live there.
Yep.
Yeah, you might get accepted unless somebody else knew somebody, which has happened in the past.
Yep. Okay, now this one.
Oh, this one's
Acceptance of street layout plan for Amesbury and Lawrence Street area for Amesbury Street two-way redevelopment project. I don't know of any, I never remember Amesbury Street being 2 ways. That is a horror show one way. I can't imagine putting it 2 ways.
Can you imagine Amesbury Street being 2-way coming up the hill with buses trying to get in and out of?
Well, the buses aren't going to be there, remember? Because they're going, as of September, they're going to be over at the McGovern
Okay.
terminal.
Oh,
But
okay.
still, I just can't see 2 ways.
Will Amesbury Street being 2-way, will that affect TMF on Wednesday nights?
Probably.
We wouldn't want any of them to. Okay. Let's see, that's the street layout. Rescind reimbursement requirement for creating a thriving Lawrence, $15,000, awarded to Sharing Hope. That means what they got as a grant, they're rescinding. No, grants you don't have to get paid back.
I don't think so.
No. No. So what they got, we're going to have to reimburse. Now they don't.
Right.
If this passes.
Right.
And let's see. Okay, we went down. Okay, acceptance of a gift from Charlie Dara. Am I pronouncing it right? Dara.
Dara.
And Commonwealth Motors, forcible entry prop for worth $8,600 value for the fire department. That's a no-brainer.
Yep. Anything that, any gifts, anything that the fire department, police department get, that's like a no-brainer. No one should even question anything that they get.
No, I mean, Charlie he's donated a lot of stuff to the fire department that.
Donate a lot to the city.
Yeah, well, again, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, you think they would have, what was it, 5-6 years ago, they got brand new dryers, heavy-duty dryers for their turnout gear, so that they would have the opportunity to dry the stuff.
Yep.
I mean, that's the type of guy he is.
Yep.
Let's see. I don't know if you can go on the next one.
Rescind reimbursement requirement for creating a thriving Lawrence funding, $100,000 award to Olive in July. Now they've been doing this for quite a few years, the Olive in July. I remember them coming back for quite a few years for doing something.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah. And then authorization to expend grant funds, $79,996 from Commonwealth Transportation Infrastructure Enhancement Trust Fund to the DPW director.
$3.30 short of 80 grand.
Yeah, for
For what? For a lot of words.
transportation infrastructure enhancement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now here's one. Transfer of $511,100 of ARPA funds, another robbery politically authorized, to the first-time home buyer program from various accounts. From Octavian Spanis, senior advisor to the mayor. Various accounts. Geez, that money was originally supposed to go to the citizens that were affected I mean, I have a vested interest, doing what I was doing at the time, getting a COVID test
Every week?
Yeah, I was every 2 weeks.
Me too, yeah.
But again, 50, I think I had 50 in a row, and I finally come down with a positive one, and I said, screw it, it isn't worth it.
Yeah.
I know when I'm sick, I'll stay home.
Yeah.
Uh,
But, yeah. Then authorization to expend grant funds, $250,000, community compact municipal fiber grant.
Fiber grant.
Fiber
Fi-
optics?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm willing to bet. I don't think they're talking about fiber the clothes are made out
No, no.
of. And it's the IT director.
Yeah.
That's a dead giveaway.
Yep.
Lynch Street. Where the hell is Lynch Street?
I don't know. I'll have to check that out before tomorrow night.
Yeah. Traffic study. Modify parking or make one way. Okay, and that's from the council president, Giovanni Rodriguez.
Removed handicap parking space from 32 Lawrence Street. Ooh,
32 Lawrence Street. That would be.
right near the common.
No, that's got to be.
No?
32 would be across from the common.
Okay.
Because the building that's on the corner of Lawrence
okay.
and Essex is 11.
Okay.
So now we're somewhere up there by the Y or
Okay.
whatever.
Oh, okay.
New business, handicap parking, 177, 179 Bailey Street. Again, this will be sent over to the ordinance committee
Yeah.
on July 2nd, and the ordinance committee will send it over for a public hearing on July 16th. And if you show up for, you want to, don't worry, we're going to be letting you people
Yeah,
know
we'll let
about.
you know when to show up. Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. Now, Magnolia Street, one way.
Magnolia Street.
That's up on Tower Hill. So, and then they want a creation of a four-way stop sign, Alston Street and Dale Street.
Yeah, that's District A.
Right.
Okay.
And then another one, Saratoga Street, one way. Off near
That's
the
the-
Portuguese Club.
That's District B.
Yeah,
Royal Street.
that's Tower Hill. One way. I thought that was already one way. Probably not.
Handicap parking, 25 Boyd Street. That's down off of, that's almost down, isn't that down by Jim Subs?
I believe,
It's
yeah.
across, it's the streets across the street.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Holton Street, one way.
That's Tower Hill also, I believe.
Okay. And let's see, we have Outreach Crusade, June 29th. Boy, they're cutting that one short. Mm-hmm. Another emergency.
Yeah.
On the Common from 5
Yeah.
to 10. Praise Tabernacle Worship Church. And then Boheme Street, they got Bohemia Street. Oh, no, Bohemia Sunset. Oh, I'm sorry. My eyes are
You
going
just had
back.
new glasses made, too.
Yeah.
Bohemia Sunset, Thursday through September, Union Square Park. But it doesn't say the time. So how do you know what time it is? Is it in the morning?
Thursdays.
I know, but is
I
it like
know.
afternoon? Is it evening?
I know.
Is it in the morning? I don't know.
It is.
And that's our agenda for tomorrow.
Okay, but now, I'll be honest. I hate buying newspapers, and I buy one of the papers on Sunday, and I ran across, and something that rang very true to what happened. When was it? A year and a half ago.
Just about, yeah.
Supposedly, what was it, $2.5 to $3 million went missing from the Lawrence School Department through some sort of
Or don't.
accidental chicanery. I'll be charitable. I'll let you go either way with it. And they said the money was recovered, and it was due to a mistake involving a bad wire transfer number. Now, we're talking about money being involved in school construction for bill paying. Wire transfers, to the best of my knowledge, involves or implies money being sent from one country to a bank in another country. How come if you're paying a contractor for work being done in Lawrence and the contractor is supposedly local, why would you be using wire transfers? Okay, the explanation we got was some people wouldn't even talk about it. And the implication that I got from one individual was, I can't talk about it. All right? So in yesterday's, well, this became publicized on June 6th. It was in yesterday's Boston Globe. International Ring steals almost $500,000 from the town of Arlington. International hijackers stole $500,000 from the town of Arlington by impersonating vendors working to rebuild a community high school. In the latest series of costly cyber attacks on area municipalities. In this case, Arlington was targeted through a complicated spoofing and hijacking scheme. According to the Arlington town manager, over a 4-month period, $445,945.73 was wired to accounts supposedly controlled by legitimate vendors working in the high school construction project, but they were actually controlled by well-resourced group of cyber criminals. Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
You know,
And it was brought up, and then it was swept away.
Yeah, and we do
We
know
don't know. We don't-
know one person, and we both respect that individual, and duh.
Yep.
And that, you know, I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
And it is what it is, and everybody, oh no, it was just a bookkeeping error. You know, no bookkeeping error, wire transfer. What? Now, wait a minute. No, there's a lot of things that just don't ring too true to me. And
Right.
Russell, you're a nitpicker. No, I'm not a nitpicker. I'm a fault finder.
Right.
There's a fault there and it is what it is. And as we mentioned earlier regarding the parking for the police station, there have been rumors that maybe some of that money's missing.
Yeah.
But would that surprise? No, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
We don't know.
We don't know at all. I mean, am I making accusations? No, I'm just repeating what I've heard.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, these comments were made in an open meeting?
Yes.
Yes. So I mean, it isn't. I'm sneaking in and taking papers off of people's desks. This is stuff that has been publicly said. But you know, hey, it is what it is. So sometime we're supposedly supposed to be. Well, we broke ground.
I thought it was going to be the beginning of June that they were going to break ground.
Which year?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was this year.
Yeah.
Because all the money was secured. So that's why I thought it was going to be sometime this year. And even if the parking even was on the agenda now or whenever it was, they could still park, at the police station,
I mean, continuing with this thing in Arlington, the scheme was revealed in January when the town was contracted by the actual vendor, which reported it had not received the expected payments. It was immediately apparent we had been defrauded. The scheme, according to town officials, was a detailed ruse. It began with hackers compromised some town employees' emails. Duh. The hackers were able to monitor email discussions of the high school project between Arlington and outside vendors. Using fraudulent email domain to pose as established vendors, they requested the town change payment methods from check to electronic transfer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Duh. 4 monthly payments were transferred under the new payment method. Once the fraud was uncovered, town contracted law enforcement agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, of the nearly $500,000 in lost funds. Hold on. The city was able to recover $3,308 through its banking institution. Duh. I'd be looking for a new bank.
Yeah, me too.
And it also has filed an insurance claim. I don't know if they got the duh clause in that.
Usually, you read some of the things and you just kind of shake your head. It's, what is going on? And now we're thinking next week is when they discuss the budget and bring it before the whole council, and then the whole council gets to vote on it or talk about it, or yeah.
Let's see. This is the 18th, so there'd be
No, today's the 17th.
Okay, today's the 7th. Tomorrow, I'm thinking a day ahead.
Right.
The 18th is Tuesday, so it'd be the 25th, which does not give them much time. And quite frankly, they're going to have a heck of a time passing the budget. I mean,
well, we hope they would, but we don't think they will because they'll pass it, unfortunately.
I've been down there 13 years. I was doing the math in my head. There's basically 26 meetings a year times 13, so that's 1,369. That's 320 some odd meetings. That's just council meetings. And I'm not going into any of the other committee meetings. You've been there longer than me, and you haven't missed too many meetings yourself. So between us, we're pushing 350 meetings. And I don't know about you, but I see a very adversarial council towards.
Well, I think they're asking questions, which I like, and they're questioning a lot of things. Like, well, someone comes up and says this, and this. They're questioning, well, why this, and this? So we have at least 3 or 4 people on the council that are questioning a lot of the things that are going on. Where money's being spent, but like you said, there's too much money being spent.
Yeah.
We don't need to spend all that money.
I mean.
And why does the greeter get more than the VSO? I don't understand that one. Why does this one get more than that one? I don't understand that.
Why do we need 2 associate DPW commissioners at $100,000 apiece when the DPW commissioner is getting $200,000? I mean, I look at it from that point of view. Yeah. There's a lot of questions there that deserve to be answered, but will never be answered because you don't need to know.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I mean, the other day, there was a beautiful picture of City Hall bathed in green lights going up the face and the sides and the clock tower. To me, that was a slap in my face because green. I guess they couldn't get currency green for the tint, but I mean it's budget time, and you're flaunting this. I mean, maybe I'm being nitpicking about it, but
$200,000 for lights. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. What do we?
I wouldn't. If they just want to do white lights to light, which is fine, but we don't need to change the color. We don't need. A lot of things. People just drive through and say, why?
I mean, I won't even get into the comments about it when they bathe it in red lights.
Yeah, well, yeah. I know.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it.
Yeah.
I continue on from what I mentioned earlier while I was waiting to take pictures of the whatchamacallit, the Flag Pride Day on Friday afternoon. I go over there and I said, let me get a picture of the Frost Fountain. And I look at it, and there's a sign in both English and Spanish: no wading in the pool. How can you wade in the pool? There's no water. Wading implies water, right?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they pay the water bill?
Apparently
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is.
Didn't they used to have the fountain going on it for one point? Or maybe they might have stopped it.
I don't know
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, there's.
I remember there used to be where the stage is in the common, there used to be a huge swimming pool. And when we were little, that's where we used to go and swim.
Yeah.
Now they have the splash parks and this and that. And,
Everywhere else,
Yeah.
and they stick the pipes on the hydrants.
yep.
The only time I remember the pond or whatever you want to call it over by the
State?
the bandstand, whatever you want to call it, wasn't it Dan
Revere with the ice skating.
ice skating, and it was. Everybody froze to death because it was like -5 degrees out. But the kids enjoyed it.
The kids had a blast.
Yeah, they had a great time.
Blast.
I mean-
And they were renting out ice skates to the kids. Yeah, the kids had a blast ice skating
But
on
I,
it.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I have no issue with money being spent like that.
Right.
I mean,
That was his own money, though.
yeah.
it
Well,
didn't come out of city money.
again, do we want to give them the bad news? What Tom, the ice cream man, mentioned to us.
Oh yeah. So
The ice cream.
you may
truck.
not be able, the ice cream truck may not be able, the police ice cream truck may not be around for National Night Out or for fireworks or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think they were
it
the
is-
fireworks though, but yeah,
It is what it is. It's
Yeah.
getting ready to. It's on its last legs or wheels.
which is too bad.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
mean,
you know,
it was
it was a good community
effort.
effort with the police and the kids. And the
Yeah.
kids loved it.
Yes.
That's like Saturday is the open house at the boathouse.
Yep.
So, I had said Engine 9 is right down there. I said,
Yep.
they should come down and bring the fire truck because kids love the fire
I know.
truck.
Well,
Kids love, putting the siren on, sitting on the fire truck,
Yeah.
and, I think that's something that should be.
I mean,
Yeah.
what was it? When did they have Autism Day? Was that the beginning of May?
April. It was in April.
Okay, it was
but
in
yeah,
April.
Yeah.
But I mean, I sympathize with all of the people that have to deal with those special. They are special. They
yeah,
have
yeah.
each and every
Yeah,
one is
yeah.
different. But every one of them loved climbing on something.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, there was some of them they didn't want to get out of the front end loader or the street sweeper.
No, right, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were up there enjoying it, and the fire trucks, and they're sitting there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But again,
But, it's.
like you
it's-
said,
it's-
green lights on the
Yeah,
city hall.
we don't, white lights would have been fine. That's all we needed was white lights at City Hall.
I don't even know why we needed them. We live so far.
Something to, although City Hall was lit up, but I can understand, but they don't have to change color. It's something we don't need.
And
yeah.
that's something else that's coming up. They're going to be putting solar panels on 5 city three schools and 2 city, or is it
I
2 schools and 3 city buildings?
I think so,
One of
yeah,
them is
yeah,
the city
yeah.
hall.
Yeah.
Solar panels on city hall. Oh, well.
Too much, I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just look at where they're getting some of these suggestions, and I just shake my head, and I look at it.
Well, yeah.
To me, some of the projects that they are taking on, money could be spent better elsewhere.
Right.
Better spent. How about advertising what their game plan was for doing the grinding of the roads and paving?
Yeah.
Going up Broadway, up to the town line, Methuen line. That's a horror show. And then you got that construction project that's been sitting there just beyond the tire place, and just before you get to 550.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got the construction fence around it, and they got the five-story thing. Past couple of days, Friday, they were excavating in the street, narrowing everything down on a section that had been. Well, it's good that they're doing it now before it gets paved.
Yeah.
I mean, that's That's a plus.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Finally, something is going right. But again, I'm looking at people are zigging and zagging. They're going up Broadway
Yep.
like it's a slalom course, and then God help you if you're behind a lowrider.
Yeah, well.
They got cars in creepy crawly gear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then you get up there and that they don't have any game plan of when they're going to be doing the paving.
But we've been saying right along, we don't have communication in the city.
No, there is. There's a lack of communication.
And we don't, like, we find out things either
After the fact. Or
or
never.
it's happening in an hour,
Or never.
or never.
Yeah.
Or it's already happened and they're posting it.
Yeah.
But it should be, if we want to go to an event, it should be posted so we can go to an event.
Let me.
But we don't, but communications, we don't have anyone. Like I said, I remember with one of the former mayors, at least every day there would be something coming over saying, okay, such and such is happening tomorrow, such and such is this. Get nothing. And people will say, well, do you know what's happening? No, I don't, because no one has communicated it. It's very hush-hush. It's very secretive what is happening in the city. And I really feel bad because we should know.
Program coordinator, administrative aide, see, I was looking for certain individuals' salary.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm busy doing other things too, so.
Yeah, but again,
yeah.
I thought he had director of whatever,
I don't know.
and that's.
Like I said,
I had run across it in the past.
We need to be, the residents of Lawrence need to be more informed of what's happening. Because not for anything, we're paying taxes, we're paying their salaries. We need to know what's happening. It's not right that we find out after the fact.
Yeah.
Gee, I would have loved to have gone to that. Well, couldn't do it because didn't know.
No.
And you go, and a lot of times you'll go and take pictures. But how do you take pictures when you don't know?
I don't.
I just catch things at a glance, something coming up. Oh, so-and-so, okay. This is what's happening.
I caught hell when we did the thing on the D-Day, on the Soldiers Monument.
Right.
I said it would have been nice if we had some city officials there, and I said that on Facebook. And somebody says, well, it would have been nice if you told us about it. It's a two-way street, folks.
Yep.
I'm not saying this is one of these in-your-face deals, but that's what it amounts to.
Yeah.
But hey, what can we
like
say?
I said, you just sit there and you shake your head sometimes because, where are we? What are we doing?
Yeah. I had to go into City Hall this morning. Big black SUV with municipal plates on it. I remember, I'll mention her name. I remember at one point in time, Dahlia making a stink in her newspaper about all city vehicles are supposed to have the city seal.
Right.
And what section of the city or what division of the city government that they were from. SUV, those SUVs are sitting somewhere $60,000 or $70,000 easily.
Yeah.
But and it wasn't an unmarked police vehicle. I know there's several. They got several. You got the police chief's vehicle, then you've got another one.
Yeah.
Mayor security staff. I don't know.
Yeah.
If that's
But we don't know, and
everything's a secret.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. And you know what? If my tax dollars are paying for something, we have a right to know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still, geez, I forgot to ask about the status of my public record request on who's doing the broadcasting of the city council meetings over the cable channel.
I don't think anyone.
That's going on a month.
Well, yeah, well,
I'll ask around tomorrow night at the council meeting.
yeah, whatever. We just need to, people need to be aware. You need to, if you have a question, if you have a problem, call your counselor. Let them know what's going on. Let them know what you want them to know. What you have a
Your
complaint
problem,
about.
your issues
Your
are.
problem, your issues. You need to know all this, because if you don't, they don't know and they can't address it.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has to realize that they have 4 elected officials. They have their district councilor, and they have 3 councilor at larges
Right.
that represent them.
Right,
And don't let them try to snow you.
right, exactly.
I mean, having been there,
Yep.
I mean, I'm still out there busting my hump for people.
Oh, you are. You are.
that's-
How many phone calls do you still get?
I get them on occasion, Facebook,
Yeah,
instant message.
Yeah.
How do you do this? What do you do that? I mean, I've gone through the proper procedure, and nothing has happened on some of them.
Right.
There's one guy, he got a hold of me down on your neck of the woods, down on Beresford Street. That guy cannot use a snow blower to do his sidewalk. Well, I mean, I admit there's a 36-inch tree that's got
Yeah,
roots going,
right.
but still, I took pictures.
Yeah. Still like that?
Duh.
It's still like that?
It's still like that.
Wow.
But it is what it is. Well, we're getting ready to, I can see the clock.
2-minute warning.
0219, 0218, 0217.
So anyway,
Yeah.
we will be on again on July 1st.
Yes.
That's the next city.
We might be on
Next
Monday.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see.
We got to
Yeah.
we got to see about that.
City
And
budget.
before we leave, show number 1 last 2 weeks ago had what 799
99.
viewers. That's what we want to hear. We're trying to get the word out that
Yeah.
we're not the other. We're not the uncola, the other cola, or yeah. We're trying to get the word out as to what how you can help. What's going on, how you can solve your problems.
Show up at a city council meeting.
Yes.
Don't let Rich and I be the only 2 there at the second row, because
Yeah,
that,
really.
no one else shows up.
I
At
mean,
the end of the night, it's Rich and I walking out with the
Yeah.
councilors.
It's I mean, you got issues. I'm on Facebook, Rich
Yep.
Russell.
And I am-
You
yeah,
look for the American Eagle, carved wooden eagle with sunglasses on, because patriotism is cool.
But
I can.
and we have the 2-minute public participation. So you have 2.5 minutes. I'm
2.5
sorry,
minutes.
2.5 minutes. If you public participation, so you can come and just speak, on something that you want.
Don't be bashful.
Don't be bashful.
I'll give you hints on how to do it. I've been doing it for years.
He'll tell you how to space it out so you get it right, just right for the thing.
But all right.
yeah,
Hey,
anyway.
with that, folks, we got 30 seconds. 30,
Okay.
Yeah, we got
So
30.
we will see you. We'll see the city council meeting tomorrow night. If you
Tomorrow
tune in,
night.
we'll be there.
Yeah, we
sitting.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
in the second row. Second row, left-hand side of the camera. We'll be there.
Yes,
but again,
we'll be. Yes,
But we'll be
to
there.
the right of the podium.
Yes.
We will be there. But yes,
you can't have better government if you don't want to participate.
this is true.